This is going to be fun. Hey everyone, I'm Alexis the Ego Queen. Love me, I know you do. Anyway, this is kind of a, how do I feel about this is the biggest question. And I'm a little bit, I'm both really excited because I just started, very conveniently, in a custodian / Talons of the Emperor army. Actually, I'm not even going to call it a custodian army. It's the Talons of the Emperor army. The Emperor's Legion. And I guess you could say I had a little insight on this. I knew that this was coming. I knew that the pre-orders were going to be coming up soon. But I wasn't fully sure yet. So, yeah. You know what? Let's watch the trailer first. This is from Warhammer Community's page. We are going to check out the trailer really quickly. So, here goes. Ooh, neat. Whoa. Alright, I'll stop. Some cool jet bikes. Nice new artwork with a giant bird statue behind them. You can see their hunting lances and everything like that. The Terminators. So, that was the trailer for the Custodians, and I gotta say, is definitely the response that I have for this. Alright, so alright, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm actually disappointed. It is cool, but I am extremely disappointed. Why is it not Codex Talons of the Emperor? Or just Talons of the Emperor? Or the Emperor's Legion? And include the include the Sisters of Silence. Where are the sisters? You did 3 books that included the Sisters of Silence, and they are not here. I don't want to pay $80 to play Talons of the Emperor. I want some cool sister characters. I want some cool custodian characters. I want some explanation on the custodians themselves. I don't want that goofy-ass looking Contemptor that's sitting there. I want the actual Contemptor from Forge World, but that's just me. I don't want to pay $80 to play Talons of the Emperor. I really don't. I'm actually really disappointed by this. But, and I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, actually, the Custodians and the Sisters had 2 separate codexes back in 7th edition. They were both included in one box set, and you got them for free. They were available for free online. They literally had 4 units each in them. I'm sitting here. I knew that this was coming. I knew that this was coming for about a month. I couldn't really talk about it, but because I was still like, I have a feeling that the Golden Boys are coming, the Golden Boys and Golden Girls, but at the same time, I'm just sitting here like, They missed a good opportunity. Then again, GW tends to throw female-oriented armies under the rug. You know, Tyranids getting completely annihilated several times. The Sisters of Battle never being updated since 3rd edition. And by that I mean model-wise, except for Celestine and the one Canoness, who doesn't even have rules. And now we got the Sisters of Silence, and they're nowhere to be seen. I would like some sisters in this army. I would like it to be, you know, a cool co-op army where you have the captain, the watch captain, alongside the, I can't even remember what their names are right now. But the leaders of the Sisters of Silence. And I feel like this release could have waited until late this year, and we could have gotten some, you know, armies that needed updates, like, you know, Abaddon, a couple of the Chaos characters that desperately need updates. The Summer of Slaanesh should be here by now. Mostly because I hate winter. That's just me. That's me complaining. But there are a ton of other things that need updates. But here's the Custodians. Neat. Is it going to contain rules for their grav tanks? Is it going to contain rules for their Phosphex weapons and everything from 30k? And if so, why would you play them in 30k? Can I get the other Contemptor Dreadnoughts? Can I get the Contemptor with the Sword and Shield? Can I get the Contemptor with the Giant Lance? Or am I stuck with just the goofy Contemptor right there from the box set? Although I will talk about some of the models really quickly. The Custodian Terminators that kind of look like Centurions, that kind of look like Centurions, kind of look like Cataphracti, or Cataphracti. I can't remember what they're called. I know that they have a special name. They look really badass. Some of them are not wearing helmets because they're idiots. Those look cool. The giant axes, those look cool. The captains, the brother captains, the watch captains, all the characters that are going to be included are going to be awesome. The jet bikes, they don't look like penises like they do in 30k. And yes, that is a legitimate complaint. In 30k, they just look like they're flying on giant... I'm not going to go there. But let's be honest for real quick. I am only seeing 4 new models. That's 8 entries into a Codex. Maybe 10 to 12. But if they're going to give an army with 10 to 12 models a Codex, why don't they give the Black Templar a Codex? Black Templar have some unique stuff. They have about as much unique stuff as the Custodians, but yet they are stuck with a Codex entry, not a full Codex. And they could have had one. They could have had one that explains their different crusades. They could have had one that went into detail, talked about the technology that they're using on their crusades, talked about the different things that they've encountered on their crusades. But Custodians are cool. I mean, you guys know that I love the Custodians. You guys know that I love almost every army in 40k except for Tzeentch. Oh, by the way, Thousand Suns were trickled in at the end. They got a Codex as well. No one gives a shit. Anyway. I really don't know what to say. It's cool. It is definitely cool. To expand upon an army is awesome. Why not expand upon an army that that already exists? It would be cool to see, you know, the Sisters of Battle get an update to their model line. Like, leave their index alone. Their index is perfectly fine, and I will tell you that I am doing extremely well in tournament scenes with the Sisters. Well, let's get back to this. What will the Custodians have in their Codex? Will they have enough heavy support slots to actually justify an entire army of them? Are they going to be an infantry swarm-based army? Are they going to be a teleportation, slam in, hit the target, and get out? Which would mean that the Land Raider really has no purpose. How far do the jet bikes move? Are they going to move just as fast as Eldar jet bikes? How many wounds are they going to have? Are the Terminators going to be better than the Terminators that are in 30k? Because right now, in 30k, the Custodians are a ridiculously powerful army. I may not play 30k as much. I really want to. But I do know the meta a little bit. What weapons are the jet bikes armed with? How good are they going to be in close combat? Do their bikes count as having pistols? Are all of their lances counted as pistols so that they can fire them in close combat and thus be a more devastating force? Or are they going to suffer the same as Terminators, where they look really good until somebody just goes, smite, smite, smite. Okay, that 300-point unit is gone. Next. Just saying. These are legitimate concerns that I actually have. And like just looking at it, there's a good chunk of cool stuff, but I'm not seeing it. Beneguy seems to be on his own, so maybe a unit by himself. The new Terminators are amazing, and freaking jet bikes, and a new HQ with a new kit and axe. That is true. Personally, I think that there's more than one HQ choice. They said characters, and they had the 3 guys standing next to each other, so I think all 3 are going to be characters. The Standard Bearer or the Ancient is going to be his own character. We are going to see several characters in this. There's also a new banner in the background if you look closely, by the door in the back. So that's kind of cool. Do they have a Titan killer? Laughs in binary. Actually, how would they deal with a knight? I guess they are strong enough to deal some serious damage to it, but how would they actually kill it? That's a good question. Just throw dreadnoughts at it? I don't know where I stand on this. I'm going to get them. Hands down. I really do want them. But at the same time, I feel like it's half a codex. People who play knights will understand this. This is legit half a codex. People who play... actually, there's no real other army that you can compare this to. It's not... in my opinion, it is not enough for an army, for a codex on its own. And I stand by this. If they made Codex Talons of the Emperor, including Adeptus, Custodes, and Sisters of Silence, okay, neat. I like that. That would be cool. But they went with just the Codex for these guys. And to be honest, they're not spoiling exactly what's in there. And I feel like they... But I could be totally wrong. They could have all the options in the Codex. And if they do have all of the options in the Codex, like they do have the Dreadnought's weaponry, they do have the bigger Dreadnoughts from Forge World, they do have the grav tanks and all sorts of other things, holy crap, this is going to be one hell of an army. But if they don't, they're missing out on half of the Custodians' war gear and everything. Half a Codex, Admech and Skitarii. You needed both. That is true. That is so true. Such a pain. I don't really have anything else to rant about. I kind of think that they missed an opportunity about including some of the sororitas in there. And by the sororitas, I mean the Sisters of Silence, not the Sisters of Battle. I know they're both sororities, so it's yeah. But this does give me hope that the Sisters of Silence will be getting their own release. They will have their own cooler characters. They will have their own unique stuff. Maybe jet bikes. Maybe their flying tank from Forge World. Maybe. Let's not talk about that flying phallic, very phallic vehicle. It looks like a flashlight. Anyway, I just got demonetized. I know I did. But it does. I'm sorry. I'm sure it looks better in person. Or it looks horrible. So, I do have my buddy Nooble here with me. He is the one grabbing all of the questions and everything. So, Nooble, if you want to read the first question. Nooble? Nooble? Are you here? Huh. Discord crashed. Perfect. So I just look like a bumbling idiot. So no difference. Reading recommendations if you do like the Adeptus Custodians. Adeptus Custodes. Towns of the Emperor. The Emperor's Legion. Towns of the Emperor. That's Towns of Horse. My bad. The Emperor's Legion. 30K. Master Mankind, which I cannot suggest enough. They're all really good books. Talk about all of the cool things that the Custodians can do and how powerful they really are. There's one scene in Master Mankind that I really enjoy. It's the Custodians fighting on the lines and just killing everything as much as they can, emptying the entire magazine and throwing the spear backwards after it breaks and grabbing another one from their slaves. I mean, from their acolytes. Totally not slaves. And just they keep doing the same thing, and it's amazing. Oh, hey, Nooble's back.
Okay, sorry. It's something horribly wrong.
Nooble, have you been grabbing the questions?
Yeah, as much as I can beyond trying to fix this problem.
All right. Do you want to read the first question?
Sure. Let me go and find it.
Yep, no problem. Ooh, has GW actually given a reason why they aren't making female models? That's a good one, Sexual Yeti. That is his username, I swear. GW does make female models. They make quite a bit of them. It's just, this game is marketed towards men. It's kind of really just that. And remaking the molds to make making female heads and all sorts of other things would require them to make a brand new mold for the guardsmen, brand new molds for several other kits, when they already have the molds and they're still trying to make new molds for newer armies, newer releases. So we might see a increase in the amount of females that we see in the tabletop. I'd hold my breath, mostly because, well, yeah, there's a huge legal reason for all of this and why you don't see female guardsmen. Mostly because they don't have the copyright on them anymore. Oopsie daisy. Anyway, I will admit the Custodians look badass. Like, they absolutely 100% look amazing. Why top knots, though? Everybody has a top knot. Alright, Nooble, you got the first question yet?
Yep.
Alright, what is it?
EgoqueenAlexis, what do you think of the Sisterhood not being in the Force?
I am pissed about it. To be honest, I am furious about it. Because in the Emperor's Legion, they leave with the Sisterhood. That's the whole thing. They called them out, got them, and then were made into a force again to go out into the Imperium. The fact that they're not in the Codex really irks me. Like, I feel like it's missing an entire element of this Codex. Anyway. Next question?
Next question.
Yep.
I hear you can use your favorite units from 30K in this Codex.
If you can, this Codex is amazing. If you can't, this Codex is But if you can, that's awesome. Alright, next one.
Alright, 1 second, grabbing a question. How about
Whoop, go ahead.
Codex Imperial Agents?
I do think that they're going to do a similar thing to that, but Chapter Proof does hint that everything that is a major force in it, such as the Sisters of Battle, are going to be getting their own codex. But if they do in Codex Imperial Agents like they did in 7th edition, I wouldn't really complain. I would like that. Next one.
There's Suits says he'll happily join you to talk about Custodes.
Well, I'm not really talking about the lore as much as just what's presented in front of me. So this is not a lore video. Once we are done with the Primarchs, if you watch the lore series on my channel, which is called Data Vault 14, I think it's 14. But if you watch that, we will move on to the Emperor's Legion. We will talk about the Custodians and the Sisterhood in full detail. So look forward to that. But right now, this isn't about their lore. Their lore is that they're insane, made by biomancy, crazy, number in the 10,000s. Well, sort of the 10,000s. They flake and flicker around that number, but especially once like a ton of them died during the Siege of Terra. And I'm not talking about the one from 30k, I'm talking about the one from 40k, because Demons did invade Terra and tried to fight back, and then the Custodians were finally released, and the Custodians, along with the Sisterhood and the Grey Knights, crushed anything that stood before them. Ironically, in that book, the Imperial Fists were not really talked about. I find that really funny. Data Vault 13 Viggy, I knew you'd be there to get that. I knew it. He's gonna be mad at me. Anyway, next question.
Can I field Kitten now?
Yes. Yes, you can. To your heart's content. Alright.
I think that's about caught up to Bram.
Oh, I saw quite a few.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe they're making a separate codex for them?
They are making a separate codex for them. Why hasn't GW released female models? I explained that one. There was a comment after it. But men can like female models too. Why GW doesn't get that? I think that they do. It's just making them is a bit of a pain. That's really it. But I'm assuming that these two forces, the Sisters of Silence and the I can speak, I promise. The Sisters of Silence and the Custodians will be working extremely well together, especially if you factor in the Sisters of Silence nulling ability so that the Custodians won't be smited off the board and be able to get into combat, get to doing what they do best, which is slaughtering everything in their path, doing exactly what they need to do when they need to do it. I don't see them as a... Actually, they do have the potential for a flanking army. They do have a potential for a mass Alpha Strike army. I personally would bring the Land Raider, but that's just me. I really like Land Raiders. Question, can you get the guy who makes the animations for the podcast on the podcast? I really want to, but eventually. Actually, you know what? I can almost guarantee he will be on the podcast at some point in the future because I love him. His channel is amazing. If you guys don't know what that is, it's Adeptus
Animaticus?
Yes, that. I really thought we were gonna get a new Xenos. I wasn't expecting a new Xenos. I knew these guys were coming, but always watching, always waiting. I really thought it was Necrons. And for a huge announcement, it's kind of mediocre. I'm not gonna lie. This is, it's cool. It is cool. But making all new molds and everything could have been used on the Slaanesh Demons, could have been used on the Sisters of Battle, could have been used on Abaddon, could have been used on the Chaos characters, could have been used to make some new Necrons, could have been used to make new Eldar. I feel like these guys could have waited. Just saying. That is just me. But again, I do want to say I do really like them. They are really cool. You guys know that I have started my Talons of the Emperor army. I am currently sitting at 15 Sisters of Silence, 10 wood flamers, 5 with swords, just because the swords look cool. 5 custodians, all shields. The Land Raider and the Contemptor Dreadnought. That's it for now. We're going to expand more in there. I have a lot to say about the models. Such as, like, you can post it, Suits, and we will read it. Thousand Suns are coming out as well. Yeah, but no one cares. That Codex contains the dumbest character in the entire game, one that should just rot in the fires of hell, and is a complete asshole, and I hate him. With all of my passion do I hate him. And he knows exactly who he is. I'm good. I'm good, I promise.
Another question.
Yeah, go for it.
Question, is the reason that there are no female Space Marines is that after the hormone treatment, the Marines wouldn't be female anymore because the hormone's changing their sex to male?
Well, hormones don't change sex. I kind of know a lot about hormone replacement therapy. I do have an entire research paper. I have like 5-page paper on the whole making of a Space Marine. And it boils down to they implant an ovary into the Space Marine's neck. Just saying. But I don't want to get into a debate about female Space Marines. Personally, I don't think they're needed at all in any way, shape, or form. And I've made a video about this. Watch my Feminist 40K video. I talk about this as well. I don't think they're needed. The sororitas are much cooler than the Space Marines anyway. Just saying, the coolest Space Marine is outdone by a basic bolter bitch. They are way cooler. Considering how expensive points-wise the Custodians are, do you think they're viable on their own? Absolutely not. No. Custodians are a forgettable army in 7th edition. With the updates, they might be cool, but if their jet bike squad size is limited to 3, I will simply smite it off the board before it can do anything. I will hit these guys with so many flamethrowers that they will be burnt right off of the battlefield. Heavy bolters will be doing wonders against these guys. Basically, guard would be like, oh cool, a buy round. Yay! Just saying. Sorry. From Tactica Imperialis. Hey Alexis, I missed the start. What are your thoughts? Unnecessary. Missed half the Codex. Really annoyed that they missed half the Codex. Where are my sisters? I'm sorry, I am pissed about that. Question. Can you be 301 feet away from the big red nerd to break his restraining order? Oh, you fuck. I read a question about Magnus. God damn it. I know that my... You know, I really got to get some ranged weapons on my damn demon. Space Marines, not so bad. Not so bad as Doom Slaying, right? That's a comment. I think it's kind of funny. The bikes will likely be toughness 6 with 4 wounds. That's garbage. I'm sorry, if they're not T7, they're garbage. Toughness 6 bikes are cool. They can move 16 inches, 24 inches in a turn, possibly still assault, guaranteed turbo boosting range, be able to fire all of their weapons, and be good in close combat. And they're going to have a 2-up save on top of that. But if they are too many points, I can simply field enough guard to kill them immediately. Or just get in there with a lucky melt-a-shot and just vaporize them. Just, oh no, bang, got him. Here comes my, 14-point model killing a 93-point model? Just saying. What else do we got?
There was one back here, 1 second.
Okay.
It was from Night.
Without an inverse save, they're going to be toast. That is true. Mortal wounds for days. Also true. Thousand Suns are going to be crapping all over this army. Grey Knights are going to be annihilating this army. If not taken with your own psychic support or Null Maiden support, they're just going to die. Alright, what was the question?
My own question is why. Seriously, they fixed the Admech Skitarii Knight Codex. Why are they going back to the Codex spam that caused so much issue with bootlegging in 7th edition?
I'm not sure why they're doing this. They did say that, hey, this is going to be like a 2-book 8th edition, and that's going to be awesome for everybody. Except, let me tell you about the 2-book system. It doesn't work. To play my Dark Angels the way that I want to play them, I need my index, because I want to take a librarian on a motorcycle. I need the Codex to find out how many points the war gear is. I need chapter approved to get the points of the Force stave. I need the Dark Angel Codex. And then, just so happens, I have a Daredeo Dreadnought that I really like to field. I need the Forge World book. Then I need the rule book. Yeah, 2 books. Good job. Yeah, no, they're doing the exact same thing. Technically, I do get away with 2 books with just using my Sisters of Battle because they have no support in any way, shape, or form, so just saying. Alright, next question.
Valyrian Aelia models soon, TM?
I doubt it. Given the track record of Chaos Demons owning tournament scene, do you think GW... Oh, crud, that question moved too fast. Can you grab that question?
Yeah.
Also, Intense Pickle. Just a hilarious name, by the way.
Give the track record of Chaos Demons owning the tournament scene. Do you think GW will... do you think GW took into consideration when writing the new book?
Yeah, they're probably going to make these guys really, 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 really overpowered like they did with the Sororitas. The Sisters of Battle are insanely overpowered, and it's just to sell models. And they're not making that big of a splash at tournament scenes because, go figure, no one wants to spend $220 to get 20 Seraphim. No, 10 Seraphim. Or do they sell them as 5 or 10? I can't even remember, and I ordered them. Just saying. Alright, next one.
Is there going to be any Xenos Codexes in the first 6 months of the year?
Warp Xenos. Does that count? Does that count? No? Oh, then no.
I think they're being cheap when it comes to Codex. Comes to the Codex, like, cost per page.
No, the Codexes are just expensive. They're just as expensive as they're almost just as expensive as they were last edition. They went back to the soft covers and everything like that, but I do wish that they would make the mini Codexes that they had a couple of years ago. I really liked those, but... Like, I would like mini codexes for $25. If they did that, I would be perfectly fine with buying all of the books. Granted, I'm buying all of the books anyway, even to the armies that I don't even play. So, go figure. Alright, next question.
So, based off the Games Workshop page yesterday, I'm guess the surprises was the Custodes are playable now, eh?
The surprise is that the Custodians are playable. Me, Michael, and our special guest do talk about this on the podcast because it does just pop up. But we thought it was Necrons. We were excited for Necrons, and then I kind of knew it was... I knew these guys were coming out. I didn't think they were coming out this soon. I thought they were coming out after the Summer of Slaanesh. So I thought Necron release, then followed by Slaanesh would have been cool. But no, it's these guys. And I feel like that was kind of a kick in the teeth to the Necron players. Slime Arbor is going to love this Custodian army. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Slime Arbo, if he takes down one Custodian, he makes back his points.
Where is the lion?
Hey, he's asleep. God, Sally.
Do you think this will make Forge World fix the Custodes in 30k?
God, no. No. But I will say that Games Workshop, Forge World, their teams are on for... They are going to the events. They are seeing the Custodians stomp the events. So maybe we might see something like that in the near future where they do balance 30k. I heavily doubt it because the reason I don't really play 30k is because my army is terrible. Death Guard are garbage in 30k. Alright, next question.
Will Warhammer ever be able to invent not stolen names for their races?
Not what?
Not stolen names.
I mean, the Eldari, the Duhari, the Admech, the Skatari, I don't think those are stolen. The Adeptus Sororitas, the Adepta Custodes are not copyrighted by anybody. So, yes, they have been changing the names of all the armies in the past 5 years so that they can trademark them. So there's that.
Can there be Chaos Sisters of Battle for Slaanesh's sake?
Yes, there is. In the lore, there are multiple bands of sisters that have fallen to Khorne and Slaanesh. The most popular of them being Mariel Sabathiel, insert TTS meme about me here, who corrupted an entire order of sisters. Well, an entire warband of sisters. This is actually explained in the Sisters Battle Omnibus, the special story at the end talks about her in detail.
Your thoughts on limited release models, yay or nay?
I think they're cool, but a lot of the models that they say are limited edition aren't. Like, for instance, the Canoness was a limited edition model. There's still like 1 billion of them, and it's not even like it's not even selling. Let's just be real, it's not selling. But I do think it's cool because it does give you that chance of snagging like a cool model that you won't see on the shelves in like 2 years. So I think I like it. I do like it. I just wish it wasn't always Space Marines.
How many Hormigons are needed to tie up the entire Custodes army?
Hormigons aren't really worth their points. If you throw Genestealers at these guys, they are screwed. Like, you don't need to tie them up. The Genestealers will just rip them apart. For Hormigons, I would say about 120 would hold up the entire army extremely easy. While the Hive Tyrants just spam Smite at them. Even with the new update to Smite, they're still going to be spamming Smite at these guys. Just phew, on a 5, on a 5, on a 6, on a 7, on an 8. Okay, we're good.
If there are Custodes, then what good are the Grey Knights now?
Grey Knights still have the spam of Smite. Like, easiest way to say it, That's a really good question. Like, now that I'm thinking about that, that is a good question. I mean, the Custodians also have that trick. They can reroll charge range. They can reroll charges.
Are you a chaos sister? Chaos battle sister?
What? No, of course not. Silly. For the Emperor and whatever.
That's caught up to chat.
Okay. I actually did like this comment. Still need plastic sisters, damn it. Either GW gets cracking on them or I'm firing up my 3D printer. I will tell you now, 3D printed Sisters of Battle don't work. They are too small and too detailed. But what you can do is pick up a couple of the... you could pick up a couple of the Sisters of Silence kits and convert them into Sisters of Battle. It's literally just giving them Space Marine war gear and you're done. And they look really good. Why do Custodians look like Chaos Warband of the Emperor? I don't see that. Yeah, I don't see that. I'm sorry. As you can see, the DMs can restart. Yeah. With the Smite beta change, it may not be bad. You're still going to get smited around 3 times a turn on average, even with the changes and everything. Smite is still going to be devastating. Not as devastating as, you know, doing it 6-7 times a turn, but still really powerful. What was your demon princess before she ascended? A sister of battle or something else? She was actually a remembrancer of the Crimson King. Yeah, she was an artist. And a writer.
Do you believe the Custodes are at all overpowered with raw staff?
No. 30k? Absolutely. When the game is just Space Marines and you bring in Custodians, absolutely they're overpowered. But these guys will probably not see the tournament scene. I am willing to stand corrected, and I guarantee I'm going to stand corrected. Just saying. But I really don't think that these guys are going to be anywhere close to the tournament scene. So I think they're fair and balanced.
Next question.
Yep.
I had an idea of taking 100 Bolter Marines and just flooding the table with three up bodies. Good idea, or a giant dead pile and turn to tabling?
Actually, mass infantry spam works this edition. Just saying. With that army, bring a ton of Devastators.
I'm considering starting my own Sisters of Battle army. Any idea where I can get good 3D third-party models as 60 pounds for 10 models? I can't pose as useless.
A lot of the third-party companies are also expensive when it comes to their Sororitas lookalikes. So, yeah. For a Chaos lover, you don't play a lot of Chaos, like at all. I am building up a Slanesh army. Just saying. What if you bring 3 to 5 Warhound Titans against Custodes in 30k? Would that work? Probably. Maybe. Alright guys, I am going to be wrapping this up very soon. I will say this. I am kind of excited about this release. I am not excited that the Sororitas, that the Sisters of Silence are not in this release. I'm kind of really salty about that, but that's just me. So if you guys have any last minute questions, please ask now, and Nuba will grab them.
Cultist Chan, yes or no?
No. No. Fuck off.
What, if any, are the Custodes' glaring weaknesses in the 40k setting as opposed to 30k?
Too few bodies, very elite army against a mass infantry spam. 40k right now is infantry spam. You are going to run into a lot of bodies, and with a lot of bodies comes a lot of guns. And yeah, a las gun will not kill him immediately, but 1,000 las guns will table this army relatively quickly.
This is a battle Imperial Knights.
It works really well.
Will they try to put Primaris in with the Custodes? Maybe something like a Black Shield squad so they don't die as much because they can't be replaced, right? Only the Emperor could make them.
I'm unsure. Yeah. Anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it up for this video. I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank everybody who supported me throughout all of this and who donated during this stream. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Anyway, guys, I'm excited, but not excited. I got mixed feelings about this, but I'm going to go now. I'm Alexis the Ego Queen. I love you guys. Bye.